What is the best way to lose weight through exercise? Well, anything that is active, that's going to get your heart rate up and your body moving is good. And probably the cheapest, arguably the most effective, is running. So we've got a strategy to help you use running as an effective tool for weight loss. Simply put, in order to lose weight, you need a calorie deficit over a long period of time. So you need to be burning more calories than you're taking on. And you can do that by reducing the amount of calories you eat. You do it by moving more, or ideally a combination of both. And this is where running is brilliant. But you have to be aware that just because you're running, it doesn't mean you can eat unlimited calories. And this is a trap that so many people fall into because, yes, you do need to fuel your running, but it's known as a compensation effect when people actually eat more than they needed to and you're not going to be having that calorie deficit. So you can use a calorie calculator to work out a rough idea of how many calories you're burning when you're running, but you need to remember that we're all different weights, different fitnesses. You'll be running at different speeds to someone else, and that is very much a rough guide, and I would suggest you ignore that and you try to go by feel. It's really tempting if you do have a number of calories, say on your smartwatch or something that you've in theory burnt, you think, oh, well, I'll just go and have a muffin that's 100 less, but it's not quite as straightforward as that. So instead of focusing on the quantity of food and the number of calories, look to improve the quality of your diet instead. High quality foods are less energy dense and they'll fill you up better than low quality empty foods. So try to get rid of as much processed, fried and sugary foods and drinks as you can, and opt for good fibre rich foods such as vegetables, fruits, nuts, quality poultry and fish. By improving the quality of your diet, you should be able to eat more to satisfy your growing appetite and still achieve that overall reduction in calories that you're doing the running for. By improving the quality of your food, you should be able to satisfy that increased appetite that you've got from running while still having a slight calorie deficit, which is the whole reason you're doing this running for. Much like the key to your diet that we've discussed, you need to have consistency. So the same comes with your running. You need to make sure that you're running regularly over a long period of time. So you need to do whatever it is that can help you to keep this momentum going. And ideally, if you start off by trying to run 3 times a week, and once you've built up to that, if you can aim to run 3 or 4 times, ideally having 1 day of running, 1 day off. So some weeks it'll be 3, other weeks it will be 4 runs. I think we need to tackle the length of time that you're running for. If you are trying to lose weight, then it's likely that you're maybe heavier than you need to be, and as a result, the running is going to put a bit more stress on your body, because after all, it is a weight-bearing sport. So you need to bear this in mind as you're building up your run. If you're starting out with running, the run-walk method is perfect. This could be considerably more walking than running in the early stages, so you could be going out for 45 minutes, but more of that is walking with plenty of breaks between each of your runs. As you become more used to the time on your feet, then the walks become shorter, the runs become longer, and eventually you'll be running non-stop for 30 minutes as you build up to those 3 to 4 runs per week. As you start to lose your weight and get more comfortable with your running, you might want to progress things a little bit further to make sure you're continuing with that weight loss. And you've got 2 options here. You've got the distance or the length of your run plus the intensity. So if you look at the duration, you might want to move up from 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And once you're comfortable doing several of your runs around there, you could look at doing 1 of your runs per week as a long run. So maybe even up to an hour. And then you've got intensity to look for. And here you're going to be burning quite a few calories during, but quite often your metabolism will stay a little bit higher afterwards, just like with HIIT training. So for this, maybe choose just 1 run in a week and do some really fast, intense intervals to really get your heart rate up and aid with that fat loss. You might have naturally wanted to avoid the gym as you don't associate that with weight loss, but if you are increasing your running in length and intensity, it's a good idea to make sure your body is strong enough for that. So adding in a couple of gym sessions a week can allow you to do more running, which will allow you to burn more calories and hopefully help with the overall weight loss plan. As I think you know by now, running can be a great tool to aid your weight loss. Just make sure that you have a structure that is sustainable and something that's going to keep you motivated to get out the door and keep it consistent, as well as managing a diet that complements your efforts. If you guys have different strategies or you found a way that running can really help you with your weight loss, do let us know in the comments section below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed it. Check out our social media channels to follow GTN there, and you can also subscribe here on YouTube.